Welcome to Jazz's Angel Number Tarot. This is a new series I'm starting. Today we're tapping into the collective of Divine Feminine to see what is going on with the collective of Divine Feminine, the main energies in our collective right now. What is Spirit trying to help us with, get us to see, get us to do? What are we struggling with the most? What are we feeling about love? We're gonna get into all of it, okay? We're gonna get into all of it. If you've seen the Divine Masculine reading, I've already done theirs first, and you can go watch that one as well. Really, really interesting stuff. But we're gonna tap in to the other side and see what's going on with Divine Feminine. So my Etsy shop is in the description below. If you need a private tarot reading, you can find me there. But this is all about the collective of Divine Feminine today. Spirit, show me, what are the main energies in the collective of Divine Feminine right now? What is Divine Feminine trying to do? What are the main energies in Divine Feminine's collective? I just heard seeing, and then I just heard seeing is believing. So I feel like Divine Feminine really wants to see. They want to see, they want to understand. We have the imagination card and the trust card here. Spirit is trying to get us to trust that things will get better and things will be the way that they should be. There's an energy here of needing to trust though, so it's looking like that is what Divine Feminine is struggling with the most. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Spirit is saying, I'm giving you the steps. I'm telling you what to do. It's about trusting. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Wow. I feel like feminine energy is leading evolution right now. And there's definitely times where masculine leads, where feminine leads. And I feel like right now, feminine is being called to lead evolution, to nourish the creative aspect of their mind so that they can have breakthroughs. But feminine, it's almost like a distracted energy. Feminine wants to see something else. Feminine doesn't want to necessarily have the revelations right now. Feminine already kind of has its mind made up as far as what they want to see. So it's hard for them to lean back into the womb space, lead back into the unknown to get the information needed to help them grow, because there's already something that feminine is trying to see. We got denial here. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Feminine may be worried that they've lost the battle, lost the fight, that things are going to go downhill from here. There's like an energy of feminine kind of wanting to be proven wrong at this time. Spirit, show me that I'm wrong about the situation. And Spirit is like, let me show you how to get out of the situation. And so feminine's like, wait, so does that mean this is really what's going on out here? I cannot believe it. And it's like, before you make decisions about what it is you want to do because of how you feel about what you can now see is happening, Spirit is like trying to get us to spend zero time on that and just get into that imaginative, creative part of our mind so we can fix the problem instead of getting pissed off about it and then taking action because of it. Which is so funny because I did the Divine Masculine reading right before I did this one, and when I pulled the romance cards for Divine Masculine, one of the cards that came up was like, please don't leave me, something like that. It said something else and then please don't leave me. So I'm like, oh, Divine Masculine can feel that. Divine Feminine's kind of fed up and kind of planning it, you know, its escape, trying to get out of this situation, doesn't want to be involved anymore. And it's looking like that is happening to some degree, because Spirit is also like, Divine Feminine, you're leading evolution right now. Let's keep going. Let's move forward. And Divine Feminine is like, hell nah. You're not going to play me. Like, I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward. So there's a lot going on. Okay, Spirit, what energy are you trying to get Divine Feminine in right now? How are you trying to help Divine Feminine? We got the gorilla, self-confidence, leadership, and responsibility. And see, that's the elephant in the room that I didn't want to say out loud. Because it's like, Divine Feminine is responsible for pushing the envelope right now and leading our evolution as a people and getting us to the next level. But it's like Divine Feminine is wanting their hands to be, you know, clean of it because of what they can see. But Spirit is saying you have the confidence, the leadership, and this is you can really make a big difference right now. You're being guided to take responsibility for yourself and your actions. No barrier can hold you back from becoming your authentic self. Your path to success is right in front of you. All you must do is open your eyes, mind, and heart. So there's a huge level of trusting with that eyes, mind, and heart. Spirit is like, you will see what you need to see. You will see the things that will be able to help you if you open your eyes, mind, and heart to it. But if you're fixated on something else, we all lose. Because Divine Feminine is clearer than Divine Masculine. Right out the gate, I got the energy I get from Divine Feminine is over it. The energy I got right out the gate from Divine Masculine was like, oh my God, 1,000,001 things going on. And if you've ever like went on a date with a Divine Masculine and then like next thing you know, they just start trauma dumping on you, that's a product of where they're at consciously, because that's one of the things that were coming up. They're having a hard time connecting and finding people that can support them and understand them and that will help them. And with Feminine, it's just like, soon as Feminine gets that validation, oh, this is really what's happening. Divine Masculine is doing this intentionally, or Spirit is telling us that's really what's happening. Divine Feminine is about ready to wash their hands clear of it, and I'm not helping nothing. That's the energy. Like, I'm not helping nothing. I'm not leading. I'm gonna lead myself and my loved ones, but there's an energy here of like Divine Feminine is having a really hard time trusting right now. Trusting Spirit, trusting really in general, anyone, anything. Spirit, give me one more. What are you trying to bring into the collective of Divine Feminine? How are you trying to help Divine Feminine? What are you trying to do in the hearts and the minds and the lives of Divine Feminine? Okay. Oop, dropped some other ones. This is the one that flipped over. We got the Lion. Loyalty, courage, and leadership. You're being guided to take back your power. You're a powerful co-creator with limitless inner strength and confidence. Second time confidence is coming up. When you allow your voice to be heard, people around you will listen. Spirit is saying, keep going. Don't listen to what Divine Masculine is saying. Don't listen to what people outside of you are saying. Keep going. Keep listening to Spirit. Keep allowing your voice to be heard. Keep being your most authentic self, your most confident self. Do not conform to what someone else is trying to program you to be. You are supposed to be the one programming the masses right now. Like I said, feminines are leading evolution right now. It's just our time, and everything in flow. Masculine, feminine. We all have different responsibilities, and there's an ebb and a flow and a constant shift of power, and we all have masculine and feminine energy. So this is something we all do at some point. But Spirit is like, really focus on yourself, remain confident, connect, so you can get the messages for yourself. Because you can even get hurt or wrapped up in this matrix, wrapped up somewhere you have no business, trying to find the answer to some question that won't matter if we push the envelope anyways. You have to be able to trust that you're going to be repaid and that you're going to be taken care of. But there's a high level of trust required here. Okay, Spirit, show me what Divine Feminine is struggling with the most. What is the biggest source of tension with Divine Feminine right now? Jeez, self-love again. We got self-love and study. There's an energy here of Divine Feminine being very influenced by Divine Masculine and society as a whole. One thing that came up in the Divine Masculine reading is Divine Masculine was really mad at the matrix, society, the man, conditioning them to always be chasing after money. So now they're trying to chase after promotions and stepping on whoever can get them to the next level, getting into their own businesses, which is a whole beast in itself, so that they're not influenced and suppressed anymore by the person who truly who they're truly mad at. And there's an energy here of divine feminine being attacked as well by the matrix and by social media, programmed to value certain things or to desire to live life a certain way or to look a certain way. And Spirit is saying you are your biggest gift. You are the most powerful. Your unique blueprint, pink print is more powerful than anything that exists outside of you, any inspiration that you can get from someone else. Self-love says, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good, but it's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from the actions you take to support your body, soul, and mind. It's almost like Spirit wants feminines to go not into hermit mode, but just to separate from anything that influences them. Like living life according to you, so that you don't feel like what you desire is something that you've seen somewhere else. Something that your desire and your focal point should be you, so you can never lose. If it's you against you, you always win. If it's you against that rando you saw on Instagram this morning, you're always gonna lose because you will never be them. You're already you. You're already born into your body and your experience. You're already you. So Spirit is like, make yourself the bar, and guess what? Immediately, all competition is eliminated. It's all eliminated. And then we have study. This one is actually interesting. I didn't expect something like this to come out. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought there's a relationship card in this deck, and I thought for sure that would come up. But actually one of the sore points for divine feminine right now is study. This says Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. So Spirit is saying you're not even tapped into all the gifts you're supposed to have by now. Your spiritual ascension, spiritually, shoot, I feel like mind, body, and soul, you're supposed to be like way farther by now, and you haven't even gotten like a fraction of all the goodness you were supposed to get by leaning into your own path, by focusing. And study for you guys, I really don't feel like it's external. I really feel like it's internal. You know, studying your body in a physical kind of way, doing yoga, seeing where the tension is, releasing that. Doing stretching, that's something I've been doing a lot lately, and it feels so good. And also it's been having like this crazy effect on my mental health. I'm literally just like happy again. And I've always, I've been happy for a while, but this happiness, I'm telling you, last week I had a day where I felt so much love and happiness just in my heart and my spirit, and it permeated my entire body, and I've never felt that way in my life. And I actually took time to think about it, like, damn, have I ever felt this way? No. The answer was no. I've never felt that way. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to study yourself, not necessarily like religious and spiritual texts, but to really study yourself and get to know yourself. Seeing who are you really? Like, who are you really? Who are you? And it's hard to say like this in any other way, because I want to say like, okay, what are your interests and things like that, but all that is external. Spirit is like, who are you? And I feel like there is an invocation that can wake up divine feminine. Maybe I'll work on that. But I'm just getting like this energy. I feel like you should, divine feminine, stand in the mirror and keep asking yourself that, who are you? Who are you? Looking at yourself in the eyes. And the unfortunate thing is people who don't even look in mirrors no more is the parallel universe. That's a demon. Oh my God. Please grow up. Like, it's giving Bloody Mary in the dark in 6th grade at a slumber party. Grow up. The mirror is not bad. Like, seriously, some of these things, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna log out. Okay, we're gonna move on to love. Spirit, how can you wrap this energy up for us? What can you tell us? What are your final thoughts and messages for divine feminine. We have the Five of Swords, so this is really about facing yourself and being honest. Page of Swords, killing off that version of you that is living a whole parallel life and you're not even looking. It's like you can see what you're doing, but when you're in it, it's hard to get out of it. Or when you're in it, it's hard to be disciplined with yourself. But Five of Swords is like you crossing yourself. You doing things that don't benefit you at all, only hurt you. And seeing yourself do it, but almost being frozen, not changing that, not killing off that aspect. Seven of Cups in reverse. Also, dating is a tough point. Dating gets the collective of divine feminine in a lot of trouble. Spirit is saying, see, if you get to know who you truly are, it's like a 2-for-1 special. Not only do you know what you need, but you then flip out your energy to where you're not looking after, chasing after, looking for anyone, trying to date, go through person after person after person, see if they're the one you're looking for. You attract exactly the perfect match to you. Not only do you not have to find them, but you attract them to you. So you'll know. And once you get closer to yourself, it'll resonate in your soul and your spirit who someone is. I go on dates. I don't have any questions prepared. I'm not looking for anything. I literally just go, and I know by the end of the date whether or not that's someone who's important to me or not, someone who I'm supposed to proceed with or not. It's like I know who they are on the date without even trying, because I'm so tapped into my spirit, and I'm such a naturally spiritual person outside of tarot and things like that. I spend a lot of time with myself. I don't need to look for certain things. I don't need to make myself available at all. I attract people to me like a literal magnet. And that is what Spirit is trying to get you to do, because some of this trauma, see, if your sore spot is that, say you're a part of your shadow is that you'll people please to no avail. If that's a part of your shadow, worst case scenario is that you put yourself in the space to be available to anybody who will look your way. That is worst case scenario, because if you already struggle with people pleasing, you're gonna find yourself pleasing somebody you don't even like, someone you don't even know, someone you're gonna, once you realize, you're like, dang, how did I get my heart broken by that guy? How did I get my heart broken by that girl? Like, I don't even like people like that. I didn't even like them. How did I get my heart broken? There's a lot going on at once. Spirit is definitely trying to get divine feminine to go within at this time. Two of Wands in reverse, to do it now as soon as possible, because we have the Three of Pentacles. You know, time is of the essence. It's time to really work with Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Three of Swords is kind of like you can't have any growth, evolution, or any better experience until you really get to know yourself, especially since you're in the process of leading the collective and leading evolution. If you're not at 100, no one's gonna be at 100. Let's get into love. Let me know in the comments if you want like a separate love reading to this type of reading on divine masculine and feminine, or if you like the way it's all just here at once, because it's the first time I'm doing it, but we'll see what's going on. You intimidate me so much. I idolize you so much. You're out of my league. Now we're reading for the divine feminine energy. How divine feminine is feeling about love and experiencing love. What they're doing. So divine feminine is actually, I feel like a dual energy with this. I feel like divine feminine, those divine feminines who are leaning into their own spirit, they are starting to intimidate divine masculine and people that they come across as dating opportunities because they have really worked on themselves. But also divine feminine is idolizing people outside of them and deciding that they're worthy without even getting to know them or having that person even show them she had a good time. They didn't even, you know, take you out. all they had to do was sign up for the app, or have a conversation. Next thing you know, you're thinking all of these things about them before they prove that that is who they are. I'm cool with a secret affair if you're already with someone. Divine Feminine is struggling finding a partner. And I feel like it's because Divine Feminine hasn't found themselves. And when you're leading evolution, ain't nobody gonna find their partner until you do. Divine Feminine is becoming cool with being disposable and also disposing of other people. Being with people who are already with people. Divine Feminine is definitely in that get that head, get that bread, then leave. We got I'm a thief scheming to steal your heart. Divine Feminine is like, okay, dating sucks, or it's not, you know, it's not panning out for me, so I'm gonna just steal someone's heart. I'm gonna do things a dodgy way so I can just have someone. But by the time you actually get to know that one, you realize that person is not someone you want at all, and now you're hurt, and your own shadow, because you haven't gotten to know it, is working against you. Divine Feminine is in a space of doing things at any means necessary just to be kind of, you know, fulfilled, coupled up. We have I want to make something of myself and then come towards you. There's also an issue with Divine Feminine not knowing that they're inherently valuable and they don't have to bring something to the table. That's a very low vibrational question. If anyone ever asks you that on a date, end the date. Because it just tells you everything you need to know. What do you bring to the table? This is not a transaction. Spirit, show me what is going on with Divine Feminine in love. Ah. Don't push me away, come here. Divine Feminine is not magnetic at all right now. Divine Feminine is feeling like they have to prove themselves, or feeling like there is some sort of scarcity. Don't push me away, come here. If someone is pushing you away, that is best case scenario, because that person can sense that they are not in alignment with you. That is best case scenario, not that you end up constantly having to do way, way, way more than any other person who was naturally aligned with that person would have to do. You're setting yourself up for just terrible odds. I'm about to let you know how I feel. Divine Feminine is not using their superpower, which is their magnetism. Divine Feminine is giving it all away, vabbing, putting their most sacred scent on display for anyone to sell, their most sacred essence on display for strangers. I'm about to let you know how I feel. Divine Feminine is very impatient right now. Spirit, what else can you tell me? I didn't even notice that, but I put the last deck, usually I put them face down, but it was face up. I'm losing hope in this even working. At this point, why even bother? I'm feeling a split in the collective of feminines. Some of them have really tapped into themselves and things are starting to go well for them. They're feeling very powerful, getting the very best offers. Things are happening naturally to them. They're being spoiled, taken care of. And even if you're somewhere in the middle, like that's the life you have to look forward to. But I'm also tapping in on a very wounded feminine collective that feels like they always have to prove themselves or have some sort of value outside of just who they are. You are more than a cook, a cleaner, a P-star, a therapist. You are so much. Your essence is literally who you are. And maybe it was divine masculine, maybe it was society, maybe it's social media that makes you feel like there's something that you have to prove or something that you have to do, but that is not at all the case. Oh, God. It's like you're eating yourself alive. I'm starting to have dreams about you. You may be dreaming about people because they're kind of denying you. I don't care what other people think. I want you. Having a hard time listening to reason. Having a hard time listening to your friends who care about you and tell you to stop messing with that person or stop putting yourself on display like this, or stop cheapening yourself. It could be spirit telling you that and you're like, I don't care what anyone thinks. You're starting to like, it's like your consciousness is, the consciousness of divine feminine for some feminines is turning against them. They're starting to dream, and it's just all messed up, because that's where you get into the realm of looking for messages to support this reality, you know? And then you're like, oh, we're having experiences in the 5D, and it's like, some people really do, but some people really don't. And you only know if you're really tapped into your true energy and essence, because you know you've already experienced your own 5 of Swords shadow turning on yourself, and you've overcome it. So you know when your shadow's just trying to satiate you into focusing on something you have no business focusing on. Divine feminine is kind of like self-imploding. And there's like a clear split, whereas divine masculine, it really seems like for the most of them, they were pretty much on the same page. And for divine feminine, it's like, ooh, whew, some of y'all are really in the sunken place. And some of divine feminine collective is watching in horror at what some other feminines are doing. Spirit, give me some final advice for divine feminine. So what can we do to help? What can we do to heal? What do we need to know? We have the peacock spirit. Let it shine. Practice that self-love. Tap into your energy, your essence, and don't let anyone tell you you're different. Be authentic no matter what. Keep going. Keep tapping into your truest self. The dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusions. Absolutely. I'll have this idea of what's going on from social media, and then I'll go like to an event or something, and everyone's just nice, and it's a good time, and it's good vibes, and it's like, damn, on social media you really think that every interaction is like going to war with someone, or everyone hates everyone else, and it's all a mess. And it's like, you go into real life and you're like, no, this is the truth. This is reality. That's an illusion. It's not real. So truth will transcend illusion. Spirit is saying when you commit to this process, not to say that it won't be hard, but when you do commit to this process, you will see the truth, and you will experience the truth, and you will experience downloads, breakthroughs, love. And it'll all come directly to you. That's the real tea. Like, you won't even have to work for it. So we have the badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. Continue to step into yourself, divine feminine. Continue to go farther and farther and really connect with your symbolic or literal womb. Really heal that womb. Tap into that yoga to stretch out the areas in your body that are tense, that are holding trauma. Release that as well. And continue to go within. Continue to be authentic. This is such a layered reading. Like I said, this is a series, so I'll be doing these often, and we'll see how it goes. But that is everything that I got today about divine feminine. Let me know what you think in the comments. My Etsy shop is always in the description if you want a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me for that. But that is what I have for us today. I'll talk to you soon. Now offering 7-day vigil candles burned on my personal altar for money, transformation, romantic love, psychic ability, clearing negative energy, passion, power, and more.